Hello, this is Andy's Golf and Travel Diary here in beautiful Puerto Rico as a guest of Pedro Amengual, the marketing manager of the PGA of Amerrica Island Chapter. Pedro, first of all, thank you for having me. What a beautiful visit to paradise.
Nice to have you, Andy. Very nice to have you. Thank you for coming.
Before we get into the golf and the island chapter, tell me a little bit about this beautiful island you were born and grew up on.
Well, we are 100 by 35 miles, more or less, of beauty and forest and beaches, and we have a lot of golf courses, and we also host the FedEx Cup with the PR Open this week.
Well, you're a man incognito here with those sunglasses. Do you have a little bit more time so we can get to know you a little better and hear a little bit about the island chapter?
Of course we do.
So Pedro, tell me a little bit about your life, your early life here in Puerto Rico, and how you came to the game of golf.
Well, I was raised in Ponce in the south part of the island. I actually was raised in a way that sports was not a big part of the culture in my family, but we became involved in regards to try to help a golf course get out of the Chapter 11 situation, and that's how I actually became aware of the golf and the sport, and this is 21 years ago.
And tell the story how we met.
Well, yeah, Andy and I met at the PGA show about 3 years ago. And,
at least, time's flown. No,
that's right.
It was at least 4 because I was here 3 years ago.
Yes, and Andy was trying to take a picture of a minivan and a bulky van of Matthew Travis at the show, and nobody will actually give him the chance to take the picture on a big hallway full of people. So somehow I just felt bad about the guy, and I stopped everybody and I let them take the picture, and that's how we actually got to know each other.
And it's almost a true story, except you were the one memorized by the hippie van, and I stopped the traffic for you, but somehow we connected, two hippie souls here. But tell me a little bit about your association with the island chapter of the PGA of Amerrica.
Well, for the first time, the PGA of Amerrica Island Chapter is actually moving towards being more massive in the region, in the Caribbean islands, especially in Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands, where we're actually based. We're trying to reach and develop and get more people to be interested in the game, as well as to professionalize more of the directors of golf throughout the region, which we have more than 175 golf courses between the islands and Central America.
It sounds like you and Aaron West and the rest of the members of the island chapter are really quite united in moving forward with this initiative. Tell me some of the things that we can expect in the months ahead.
Well, we are for the first time actually organizing a junior series under the PGA Island Chapter, as well as we're going to be hosting in August for the first time as well PGA Island Chapter merchandise show, which is going to have 2 parts. We're going to have educational seminars by the PGA guys to the professionals of the region, and also we're going to have a merchandise show which is going to be open for the industry professionals or people that are involved in buying apparel or anything involved with the game.
Now, you're a native of Puerto Rico. We know the weather is exceptional. We know the golf is exceptional. We know it's convenient to get down here, no passport. But in your mind, what are 3 other things that are just where you would take your friends or relatives to that are special and unique about Puerto Rico?
Well, I think we have, I can show you 3 things that I can come up right now, other than the golf, which we have more than 22 courses in the island. We have also El Yunque, which is one of the most famous attractions in the island. It's the only rainforest in the United States mainland. And also we have Culebra Island, which is a part of Puerto Rico. It's a small city, but it's actually a very small island right next to the main, as part of the Puerto Rico. And also I will probably take you to the, there's a Faro, which is kind of a lighthouse in the west coast, which is very isolated and very, very, very beautiful view.
Now, I think, I know the island is relatively small. The chapter membership is less than 100. And I think I've met most of them out here at the Puerto Rico Open. Tell me, what does hosting the Puerto Rico Open here at Trump International, what does that mean to the marketing plan of the island chapter and to the island chapter itself?
Well, the PGA Island chapter actually it's involved with the PGA of Amerrica in many different events and actually expanding the game of golf. With the Puerto Rico Open, which is a big marketing venue for us as well, you know, it actually expands the knowledge of the professional business and the professional arena in the region. And we're going to be, of course, very happy and very comfortable about bringing on in a yearly basis and for the future more professional events like this.
Well, Pedro, is there anything else you'd like to share about Puerto Rico or the island chapter with our listeners out there?
Well, we want to welcome everybody to Bermuda, the Bahamas, the Caribbean islands, all the countries that actually touches the Caribbean Sea, including Central America, to be part of the movement of the PGA Island chapter this next year, 2014 throughout 2018. Please be involved and let's play golf.
And there you've heard it directly from Pedro, who is also known as the independent golf rep of the Caribbean, and I can attest to that. And Pedro, I can't wait till we get together again. It seems like we hang on the P's, the PGA show, Puerto Rico, but wherever it is, it's always a pleasure. And I want to thank you for having me here as your guest to the 2014 Puerto Rico Open, and to get an intimate insider's view of the island chapter. It really is a remarkable chapter. And thank you so much for being part of Andy's Golf and Travel Diary.
Thank you, Andy. It's our pleasure, always.